Last week, a diesel owner paid £3,400 for a fuel pump that died because he did something you probably did this morning. His mechanic showed him the damage and said, "This was completely preventable." Here's the truth. 73% of diesel failures aren't mechanical problems, they're driver mistakes. Most diesel owners drive like it's a petrol car. They don't know these engines think differently, breathe differently, and brake differently. 8 truths that separate cheap ownership from expensive disasters. Number 1 will change everything. Truth number 1, petrol driver habits kill diesels. This is the truth that unlocks everything else. Most diesel owners learn to drive on petrol cars and assume the same rules applied. They made one simple assumption, and it's costing them thousands. A Mercedes diesel engineer once told me something I'll never forget. Treat a diesel like a petrol engine, and you'll replace 4,000 pounds of components before 80,000 miles. Here's why. Compression ignition versus spark ignition creates fundamentally different physics. Diesel relies on 22:1 compression ratios, generating intense heat for spontaneous combustion, requiring precise fuel atomization at 2,000 plus bar pressure. Petrol, low pressure spray at 4 to 5 bar with spark plugs handling ignition timing. This single difference cascades into everything. Why diesels hate short trips? They need sustained heat for proper combustion chemistry. Why they need occasional hard running, high exhaust temps for regeneration. Why they fail catastrophically when fuel starved, precision pump damage. And why idle time devastates them, incomplete combustion at low temperatures. SAEJ 1930 standards document these distinctions in excruciating detail. Yet driving schools teach one universal method for both. The owners who succeed with diesels? They unlearn petrol habits first. They embrace that diesels are industrial engines adapted for passenger cars, not refined petrol units. This isn't just one mistake. It's the fundamental mindset error that causes all 8 failures. Get this right, everything else becomes obvious. Truth number 2, quarter tank rule saves your fuel system. Running your diesel to empty feels normal. You've done it dozens of times. Each time, you're playing Russian roulette with a 950 to 1,800 pound repair bill. Here's why this matters so much. Diesel fuel doesn't just power your engine, it lubricates and cools your high-pressure fuel pump operating at 2,000 plus bar pressure. When your tank drops below quarter level, 3 disasters happen simultaneously. First, your fuel pickup draws from the tank bottom, where 15 plus years of sediment has accumulated. Microscopic particles now entering your pristine injection system. Second, without sufficient fuel volume, your pump experiences cavitation, generating extreme heat and friction that scores internal surfaces. Third, during cornering or hard acceleration, the pump runs dry for split seconds, allowing metal-on-metal contact that destroys precision components. Delphi diesel systems testing revealed something shocking. Even one complete tank drain can reduce fuel pump lifespan by 22%. A replacement, 950 to 1,800 pounds for the pump plus bleeding and potential injector cleaning. Continental engineers recommend refueling at 30% capacity minimum. That's your quarter tank mark. A 2021 breakdown analysis found 19% of roadside diesel failures traced directly to fuel system airlocks from running too low. Your tank's bottom quarter exists as a safety buffer. Treat it like it's already empty. That fuel warning light? You've already pushed too far by the time it illuminates. Truth number 3, DPF replacement is usually a 2,400 pound lie. Your dashboard lights up with a DPF warning. You drive to the dealer, worried. They run diagnostics and deliver the verdict. Needs complete replacement, 2,400 pounds plus VAT and labor. You feel sick, but what choice do you have? Here's what they didn't tell you, and this will make you angry. According to Mali Aftermarket Research, approximately 68% of DPF replacements were completely unnecessary. Let that sink in. 7 out of 10 failed DPFs could have been saved with proper intervention. A DPF doesn't die suddenly. It degrades gradually through ash and soot loading. At the first warning light, an immediate 45-minute motorway drive at 105 to 115 kilometers per hour, holding 2,200 to 2,500 RPM, can recover full filtration capacity if you catch it early, before soot loading exceeds 85%. Miss that window and you need professional cleaning? 400 to 650 pounds using ultrasonic technology that restores 85 to 90% of original flow. Still far cheaper than replacement. I talked to a UK fleet manager who oversees 40 vehicles. We've cleaned DPFs on every single one. Only 3 truly needed replacement. Dealers skip cleaning because new DPF sales generate higher margins. They profit from your ignorance. The pattern? Respond to warnings within 500 miles. Try sustained motorway driving first. If that fails, demand ultrasonic cleaning before accepting any replacement quote. That 2,400 pounds part? Usually just 500 pounds of neglected intervention. Truth number 4. Your diesel needs hard acceleration. Most diesel owners drive like they're carrying nitroglycerin. Gentle throttle. Low revs. Never pushing hard. They think they're being careful, protecting their engine. The truth? They're destroying it. I spoke with a VW diesel engineer who told me something that changed my understanding. Diesels are designed to work hard. Driving them gently creates more problems than it solves. Here's the science. Under constant light load, intake valves develop carbon deposits because combustion temperatures stay too low for complete fuel burn. The fix? Load-based cleaning. Taking your diesel to 3,500 to 4,000 RPM under full throttle, not revving in neutral, actual acceleration, raises combustion temps to 680 to 720 degrees Celsius, hot enough to burn off carbon naturally. BMW Technical Bulletin SIB 130318 actually instructs dealers to perform spirited drives for DPF-equipped diesels showing problems. A 2023 Bosch study compared engines. Those driven gently for 50,000 miles had 43% more deposits than those getting weekly hard acceleration. When you floor it properly, your EGR passages self-clean, DPF regenerates, and turbo vanes spin to design speeds that prevent carbon buildup. Once weekly, when merging onto a motorway, give your diesel 80 to 100% throttle for 15 to 20 seconds. You're not abusing it, you're using it as designed. Baby it? Pay for early component replacements. Truth number 5, short trips cost you 800 pounds. Yearly, your morning commute is killing your diesel. 10-minute drives to work, quick shopping runs, school drop-offs under 5 kilometers. These trips feel normal, but they're catastrophic for diesel chemistry. And I can prove it. Your engine oil needs to reach 190 to 210 degrees Celsius to evaporate moisture and fuel contamination. That takes 20 to 25 continuous minutes of running. Short trips never allow this. So moisture mixes with sulfur compounds, creating sulfuric acid that corrodes bearings and cylinder walls from the inside. Fuel dilutes your oil, thinning it by up to 30% within 3 months. Your DPF can't regenerate below 550 degrees Celsius exhaust temperature, so soot accumulates until you're facing an 800-pound forced regeneration or 1,800-pound replacement. A German study tracked 50 diesel owners doing mostly short trips. Their average annual repair costs were 820 pounds higher than drivers who did one weekly 30-minute motorway run. The solution isn't complicated. One proper drive per week at steady 2,500 RPM purges moisture, completes regeneration, and stops acid formation. Skip this? You're paying 800 pounds yearly to slowly destroy components you could easily protect. A fleet manager told me, short trips are like smoking. Each one does small damage, but they add up to catastrophic failure. This isn't maintenance advice. It's financial survival for diesel ownership. Truth number 6, idling destroys more than highway miles. Picture this. You're waiting outside the school gates, engine running, scrolling your phone. 15 minutes pass. Feels harmless. You're not even moving. But here's what's happening inside your engine. Combustion temperatures during idle sit around 150 to 180 degrees Celsius, nowhere near the 320 degrees Celsius minimum needed for complete fuel burn. So unburned fuel floods your diesel particulate filter, loading it 6 times faster than motorway driving. Your high-pressure pump runs at reduced pressure, allowing fuel to contaminate your engine oil at 0.3% per hour. British fleet managers figured this out years ago. One told me his company saves £47,000 annually by enforcing a no idle over 60 seconds rule. Their engines last longer and need fewer oil changes. Yet private diesel owners idle for drive-thrus, phone calls, and pickups, racking up 300+ hours yearly. That's equivalent wear to 15,000 miles of proper driving. Delphi research from 2020 showed idling causes DPF failures at 3 times the normal rate. Here's the math that changes everything. Idling for 60 seconds uses the same fuel as restarting. After that first minute, pure damage with zero benefit. Professional drivers shut down during every stop. Smart owners follow their example. Your diesel isn't a petrol that can handle extended idle. Stop treating idle time like it's free. Truth number 7, premium diesel is about freshness, not brand. Walk into any pub and diesel owners are arguing about fuel brands. Shell is best. No, BP has better additives. Here's what they're all missing. I talked to a fuel testing engineer who works with multiple brands. He told me every major company meets identical EN 590 standards. Same cetane rating, minimum 51. Same sulfur content, 10 parts per million max. Same lubricity specifications. The real killer? How long that fuel sits in the tank. A busy motorway station selling 15,000 liters daily has fuel that's 4 to 7 days old. Fresh, clean, powerful. That quiet village pump you love? Fuel's been sitting there for 3 weeks, accumulating water through condensation and growing bacteria. Diesel bug is real and expensive. Bosch testing proved fuel older than 21 days loses 2.8% injection efficiency. Your injectors are working harder for less power. A 2022 UK study found 34% of fuel contamination issues traced back to low turnover stations with stale diesel sitting underground. Your strategy? Watch the lorry queues. Busy station with trucks constantly refueling? That's your spot. Deserted pump at a country junction? You're gambling with 1,200 pounds injectors every single fill. Brand loyalty is emotional comfort. Fresh fuel is actual science that saves your injection system. Stop choosing stations by logo colors. Start choosing them by traffic volume. Truth number 8, your diesel gets better with age. Everyone tells you engines wear out. Your diesel, it's the opposite. I spoke with a BMW technician last month who said something that shocked me. Your 100,000-mile diesel is probably running better than when it rolled off the production line. Here's why. Piston rings need 50,000+ miles to properly seat against cylinder walls, creating the perfect compression seal. Your fuel injectors develop their finest spray pattern after thousands of heat cycles. Even the turbocharger vanes wear into ideal clearances over time. A 2021 VW study tracked 200 TDI engines and found something remarkable. 7.2% better fuel economy at 95,000 miles compared to brand new. Think about that. Your worn engine is scientifically proven to burn fuel more efficiently. Petrol engines peak early, then decline. Diesels mature like wine, getting better up to 200,000 miles with proper care. That slightly older diesel you're worried about trading in? It's hitting its sweet spot right now. The components have settled into their optimal working relationship. Metal surfaces have smoothed to microscopic perfection. Everything works together with an efficiency no showroom model can match. Next time someone brags about their brand new diesel, smile quietly, because yours is already outperforming it on every technical measure that matters. Drop your engine type below. I'll tell you which oil prevents the $4,200 turbo failure your mechanic doesn't mention. Running a tuned BMW, stock Honda, diesel truck, I'll match you with the right oil. And if this ranking just saved you from a 3,000-pound mistake, smash subscribe. Your engine will thank you at 300,000 miles. That's not marketing, that's metallurgy. Now you know what mechanics charge 150 pounds per hour to tell you.